Hello there. Hello again. Welcome back to another episode of Hermit Knot. It's episode 8. Long time no see. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on how often you watch these videos. Now, what do we have here? This is the map. This is the map of the base. There's another little base, like, right? Maybe it's somewhere over here. It's either way in one of these two bodies of water. So I had messaged them. Got some info. I'm gonna let them stay with their little claim area. And if anything, I could just claim around it because there's a little island I want to keep here for later. But for now, we have this whole section of the map at our whimsy. Now, there's something I forgot to mention in the last episode, but I don't think I did at all. Well, can you tell? Can you tell what it is? Hmm? 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 Can you? We have wings. Pretty wings. Enchanted wings. Very nice. Our resident photographer been doing a good job keeping up with the maps. You may notice there's a little something here that's new. This we've seen. We'll discuss that in a moment, but this is new. We'll come back to that. Actually. It did show up. Right. Now that's another portal. It's fine. So, what took so long? Well, I really didn't feel like recording. Not gonna lie. Look how beautiful it is. We'll get there. So, I decided to record today. We have our different heads that I've gathered. Got a bell. More heads. I like how between this, there's not much of a difference. But, like all things, it's fine. Now, what did we do? I built a house. What was the purpose of said house? Well, in the last episode, we got access to skulls. Lots and lots of skulls. Well, a lot of these skulls I didn't do myself, but I did get a lot of my own heads and use those. So I thought, I can't just keep adding shelves to my home. The shelves look ridiculous if you keep adding more than's necessary. So, I had a special idea. That doesn't really work in theory. It'd probably work more if I had like a Patreon, but I don't have a Patreon because I don't plan to make money off of YouTube for a while. I don't have the viewer count to sustain a Patreon, even though my fan base is growing much wider through different platforms. Wattpad's doing great with 8 new followers. My Webtoons comic is doing well with with almost 200 readings. Excuse me. And even the channel, it's up to, what was it, 150, 140, I think now. So, life is doing pretty good. My self-esteem's up. I've been working on my comic. Been working on my story. Now, let's start with this. This is the newest thing. Projects. I am running out of ideas of what to do. Like, no joke. Like, I had to sit here and think about projects. Like, some of the projects, like chicken farm, cow farm, sheep farm. I want to fight the Ender Dragon, wither, more houses and gardening and these farms. But then I'm thinking to myself, well, what other farms are there? Because I can make a iron farm. I have the capability. I've been breeding. We'll get to that in a moment. Then I have a string farm, my spider grinder. I have a zombie spawner, which means I can make a zombie grinder. I don't have a skeleton one. I can't grind bones yet, but we will. Actually, let's add that to the list. So let's see. So, zombie grinder creeper farm skin grinder. There we go. Then I got kind of stuck. I sat on this one for a while thinking, what do I need? I can do an iron farm, maybe. I don't really need that much iron, but I want to fight the wither to get my full diamond beacon, which I did take down. Only ever temporarily. We will get it back. But for now, it's just taken down because it just looks embarrassing because I don't have it. And then I couldn't think of anything, so complete the season objective. That is like the ultimate project. And there's a reason also why I made the board to begin with. It's because I can't think of any more projects that's making it difficult. I need at least 19 more episodes, so that way we can rank up all the way to Paragon. Because today's episode will be left on Squid, which how's our balance doing? We're still 334,000. So we're doing pretty well. Pretty rich. Not the richest I've been on a server, but it's still pretty rich. We can rank up. So I kind of had a thought to myself before I started recording. Do I sacrifice the length of the season to rank up faster, and then we can move on to the different activities I want for new seasons? Or do I tough it out, make episodes, just do a lot of different building? Like, I could spend time in each episode designing new houses. Because if you notice, each house is so special and different compared to each other. While they all share very similar palettes, being with stone, dark oak, or spruce, I wanted them to look different design-wise. This house has a small indent off the side, while this one does. It's smaller and it has the brick pattern. This house has that beautiful front exterior. It's very large. This house is mostly plain and it's meant to be a very straight house, kind of like a hotel kind of house. Then this house, I wanted to make nice. Oh, I'm on camera. We'll fix, I should say, that. When I was doing the time lapse, I didn't. After I finished it, I looked at that and I'm like, it has a tail. Although I might keep it because it adds character. It adds imperfection. Because we all have seen Reddit, I'm sure. We know that houses aren't all made the same. They're not all made beautifully. So, while this house is very pretty with its two little stories, I think, I'm going to keep the little lip until it bugs me enough. Then I might fix it, because I didn't realize until after the fact that it looked like that, because it's a very small lip blocks. Because of how I ended up designing the walls, it looked very strange, because I wanted it to be a very flat roof, but with all these little dormers and A-frames, a little odd. And I wanted to add a different window. So, I've come to the conclusion. So back to the board. I'm trying to figure out what exactly do I need to get done before I can consider the series done, to where going into Paragon isn't like a cheap rush forward to the end goal. Because really, it's only 19 episodes away. In retrospect, if we do it the one rank up a day. Be less if I do more. But I don't want to do that. Even though I kinda do. I've been wanting to rank up so badly. Because I really want to get to which one. Well, I don't know which one it is, but I know it takes a long time to get to the one I want to get to. It's going to take us forever. Here it is, Sea Serpent. Because you have the ability to capture villagers. But that's still so long away. It's 3 rows. So we won't be getting sea serpent anytime soon, hopefully. So I think we'll end up doing, I do know these two might end up being their own separate episodes. Like the Ender Dragon, I will make one episode on its own, and it'll be probably my first like official Ender Dragon fight. But I think with the Wither fight, we might combine that with like Zombie Grinder episode. So that's 2 projects planned out there. Then we just work on all of that. And then just adding more houses, because I don't want to like bury all my stuff. I want to expose it. Because then when I add everything in and then build the house around it like I did with the sugarcane farm, when I have to build the house around the structure, it'll give me more of a like, what am I going to try to achieve? What shape is this going to achieve? While it's very square, it still has that little extra bit of depth and difference because this part of the house sticks out more, and then there's just so much shape to it. While the spider farm has the same concept, except it doesn't come out more, it more comes inward, more of an inward indent. So, inward indent. Grammar. So, yeah. Now, onto the project that the time lapse had shown first. This is the Skull House. Why is it called the Skull House? I hate how this is, but poor management. I just built as I went. I really like these floors. They're really bright. It gives the room a good amount of features. Well, it's called the Skull House because we're going to have shelves and shelves of skulls. I don't know whose skulls I'm going to add. I did add your pal Ross. I added Val. I think this is Val. Who is this character? Oh, it's Pyro. Pyro is a common one on the server. Then I added my neighbor's head. I might add like my different heads onto a shelf. You can't add anything top shelves because it's more of a decorative shelf because this is a half slab ceiling. This is all on this block here. And it's a small house with minor imperfections, but it's just meant to be a cute little house to be very morbid and store all the skulls that I feel like having. Now, if I had comments, I would be like, put your name down and put your Minecraft game tag down in the comments below, and I'll add you to my shelves. But this isn't 2019 anymore, so can't do that, and that's why I brought up the Patreon thing. Because I could do that through Patreon, but I'm not big enough to have a Patreon. So we're just going to ignore that. In this path also, we're going to ignore. It's incomplete due to this project. This is Project Market. I just came up with that name. Basically, it's an expansion of the village house. And it just looks cuter and it adds something to the base because the base is basically like a whole little town. And what's a town without a marketplace? And I wanted butchers for the berries because we have a lot of berries dashed about the place. And then once we get like a pig farm, I need to add a pig farm to the list. Sheep farm and a cow farm. We'll have these settled. And I want to get my hands on a kelp farm, I think. So let's go ahead and update this because I chicken farm, cow farm, sheep farm, pig farm. There. Passive mobs are dealt with. So some things I don't really want to farm large quantity of, like kelp. But some things I want to farm because I can trade them. And that's something very good to trade. I like having the masons because, quartz, less expensive. And then I can trade off all my stone and finally get rid of the diorite to here's thin sticks. I could buy a lot of sticks to get emeralds. I could sell my string off. So then that from the spider farm, so that's why that's good. I get a lot of string from that, which is good. Then we have this, and then the chicken farm will give us feathers. We can trade off here. He'll be a good byproduct for the cow farm because I could trade the leather. I'm only gonna have one of him because look at these trades. They're kind of bad. So I haven't filled out the rest of the stalls yet. And that's because I got lazy and just did this row because that's as far as I got. Villagers aren't too bad to work with when you can find them. It's only when you need to actually get them to move is the issue. So let's actually check how upstairs is. You have no idea how many iron golems I've killed so far. I don't even know. Okay. He's taken care of. So you see we have villagers in here. I take them out. I leave two. I breed those two. And then I continue onward. It's a good way to make sure that there's always a constant supply of fresh villagers. But I don't want to overbreed them because then I get the iron menaces. And they sometimes spawn on the roof. And on the roof over here. But it can be really annoying to have just an iron golem chilling on the roof and you're walking by. I'm like, come on, man. Didn't I just kill like 15 of you like an hour ago? Get those good spawn rates, but like I get like one every other time I look around. So more they kill me as I try to kill them. Oh, speaking of iron golem troubles, I got a surprise. So, we all know Philip. You know, our beloved Philip, the skelly horse. Well, I have some good news. Some really good news, actually. So, some skeleton horses spawned in my base. And I had an iron golem running around, and he killed the skellies, but not the horses. You know what that means? Means we have Philip. Apparently, though, Philip likes to hang out in the back. I think he might like the pumpkin, the hay. But that's okay. But Philip wasn't the only one we have. I also named Old Philip. I want to name. We'll go look. Of course, the other one decided to join the others in the back. There's plenty of space up here. Thought I hit the chicken. This one's name Jonas, from the looks of it. So this is Jonas. And we named this feller Jerry. He is not Phillips. He will be Jerry. I don't really care for Jerry. Jerry isn't Philip. Philip isn't like Jonas. No. Jerry isn't even like Jonas. Jonas is a skelly horse. Much more. He doesn't do much. But that's okay. The fact that he's more valuable is what's special to me. Because you can't just get a skelly horse every day of the week. You could breed horses day in, day out, but you can't breed a skelly horse. They can't. They don't have any flesh to breed with. That sounded extremely morbid, and I'm going to keep it that way. Because it's kind of true. This whole episode's kind of morbid. We literally have a house that became filled with skulls. Oh. Almost forgot. Speaking of morbid skulls, I've stretched my brain to see how many actual Minecraft YouTubers I know, and to watch. Someone, oh my god. Oh, I closed my door. I swear to fate. I'm hitting a troll. So, I came all the way in here. Don't really know who's really been in my base lately. Nobody that I know is online really anymore. Adopt-A-Bunny's online. Then there's a Dark Spartacus fella. I don't know if he's who I think he is, but I know a Dark Spartan. But I'm not sure he's. But like none of the other friends have been online. Do make me sad. So, hinge it through here. Now that our expedition's almost come to a close, can't speed up because of the crouching, but that's fine. Because once you take a detour right through here, you get the wall of YouTubers I aspire to be. These are all the YouTubers I know and love. So, even some that are not as popular, like Topat Gamer. And I think that's really it on my low Minecrafter skills. Dream's a new one, I think. So, I ran through and seen how many of the heads I knew off the top of my head. These are basically all the Hermitcraft people I watch. The inspiration to the Hermit Knot series. Yay! I can't be on Hermitcraft. I shall make my own. The true hermit, I live alone. But that's fine. Because I aspire to be like them. I aspire to be a good builder, Grian. I want to be a good redstoner like Mumbo, Tango, Impulse, Cupvan. I want to be a good terraformer like Scar. I want to have the happiness that Stress Monster have, the storytelling of Rendog, just the fun of Corrales and his whole face. And I just want to have like the creativity that some of these YouTubers have. They've obviously been doing this much longer than I have, so they're fun. I want to just have like the fun relationships with other YouTubers, like your pal Ross, and Mythzan, and Awkward Industries, and Afmal have. And I even found Sub-Zero. That was a hard to get head right there. I had to go back to an old Sky Does Minecraft video. He'd be on the wall, but let's be real. I enjoy old Sky Does Minecraft myself. Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Old Sky Does Minecraft was really good. Then, of course, we have our Log.zip. Then we got some good honorable mentions like Exuma, XP Crafted, Vintage Beef, Ethos Labs, our favorite Canadian. Yes, I know it's Ethos Labs, but we all enjoy a good slabs joke. But I think that's really all I have to do for this area. I just got really bored. Like, let's make a secret wall shrine because I don't have my own wall of heads. Nope, I created a whole house for them. So I think I might actually transfer those heads into here. I got one of them. Got your pal Ross. And thank you. At the end of each episode, we'll rank up, add a head to the shelf. Might even pull from some random people on the server too. I don't know. Oh, we have one that looks like Jerome on the server. A little bit under my finger there. I'm not sure quite what to do yet. Time to check. Wow. Well, I guess we should go ahead and start ending the episode. So, let's go sit on the porch. I haven't sat on the porch in a while. Boop. All right. You ready? I'm ready. I'm beyond ready. Okay, so we're gonna go rank up, confirm. We are now a squid. So let this squid entitle us. We have 1 plus home, 1 slash near, and 5 rows of vault. Let's check our PD vault. Look at that. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Now I'm curious. Slash near. Oh, near. 10,000. The radius is too big. The maximum radius is 200. But really, what does that do? If there's no one nearby, 100. There's nobody nearby. Oh, that's disheartening. But then there's also the add one home. But really, we don't need that. We intend to fly there because we can I do it? I did it. Over to my favorite little island here. No, no, no. Okay. So we're gonna come up here. My favorite little island peak. And I suddenly gained. Okay. A nice view of the base. Oops. So what I did. Boop. I added a key warp. So it's easy to get to my base now. I don't have to worry about setting home. So if I end up sleeping in someone else's bed, my P warp is safe and I'll always be able to get back to my base and actually faster than if I were to teleport home. It only cost $5,000 to make the player warp, which is pretty great, not gonna lie. I'm apparently hungry. So, I guess that'll wrap up today's episode. Mostly talkative, but that's okay. There wasn't really that much going on. All I did was add a couple houses, add a board, make a house. There's nothing new for you guys, really. So hopefully in the next episode, we'll see about passives. We can do chicken farms. We can do that. I have the capabilities of making the other farms, but I think the chicken farm will be how we can go. So I can capture pigs, and a sheep farm would be mostly for wool. Then I could trade that with a Fletcher. No, I don't think it's a Fletcher. No, he does other things. Leather worker? No. Whatever the one that does shepherd. It's shepherd. Trade wool with a shepherd. And then I think maybe we'll do a cacti farm because I do have some cactus laying around. So I think overall that does it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until then, I'm Fate Tales. I hope to see you again in the next episode. Bye, guys.